Right, let's explore the symbolism of this temple and see what we can see. First thing, technology on the head, harnessing ether. Again, on the door, technology on the head, harnessing ether. That is designed, just like the antennas on these buildings, to harness ether, the electromagnetic energy all around. The force, essentially. Look at that artwork as well. I just had to pay to get in, which you don't normally have to do for these, which means this is probably a really good one. Look, there's a lot to see. Let's go explore and see what we can see. Look, another antenna there for the ether. And again, look, you see them, they're wearing the hat. They're wearing that technology. That is an inherent human ability. But the history of Earth is so complex, long, and interesting that there would have been a time that people needed that technology. I'm sure this technology exists now. I'm sure there are helmets you can buy or that you can create to do that. There are multiple ways to connect to the ether. You can do it inherently though, and that's the coolest way. Let's go and have a look around. Here, look, again with the ether, and you can see the glowing aura around it. Again there, see? Wow, look at these paintings, whoa. Okay, we're gonna get a lot from these paintings. Demon wearing the ether helmet. If you're pure, you can connect to it organically. Maybe that's the message. Again, look, building connected to the ether. Glowing guy. He would have been connected to the ether. Let's see what he's wearing. Let's get a bit closer. And look, everybody's wearing these helmets in these paintings. Not everybody. But the ones that they're praying to are connected to the ether, or the ones that they're listening to are connected to the ether. It's clearly the people held in high regard, but you never know. These could be the equivalent back then of the government. They're carrying weapons. And so maybe the government or the government at the time, it wouldn't look like the government does now, but, well, probably not totally dissimilar, but that's the conclusion I'm drawing from this, because they're all carrying some kind of, I don't even know what that is, but look what they're wearing. They're all wearing it, except for like the regular people. Let's go see what else we can see. Look here, he's holding a weapon. No pure soul would do that. No pure soul would hold a sharp weapon or utilize it for anything other than harvesting fruit. Even then, fruit is harvested organically. And the demons are always depicted as this green color. Look, there's one. Look at that. Look at that one. Now I'm starting to get a clearer picture. Reality is very literal, by the way. I know these are just paintings, but paintings don't just come out of nowhere. And look, wearing the helmet. More antennas here. Everything here is designed for that purpose, or to depict that purpose. Let's go see what else we can see. The other building. There's a big building over there. More painted, ancient structures. These structures are actually ancient. These are a bit more modern. These ones, they're made of stone and they're actually ancient. There's one over there that's not been painted. We'll go and see that in a minute. But they paint them to block the ether. That's what it's for. And wow, look at this. This is impressive. This is impressive. Look at this. Wow, let's go in there. Right, this is cool. Well, I have to put my shoes on the shelf. Hold on. All right, let's go in. This looks cool. This looks really cool. These buildings are all quite modern though. They're not ancient structures. Look, ether hat again. Eat the hat. Eat the hat. Antennas on everything. You're starting to get the picture. It's all about ether. It's all about ether. Look, they're wearing it. Depicted with the aura coming from the hat, from the helmet, not from the person. All of them wearing it. Why did royalty wear crowns? It's a good question to ask. And again, holding a sword. See the aura glowing around the helmet, but holding a sword. If you're not pure, you need the technology. It's just the modern equivalent. The modern equivalent is a bit is a bit different. It's not as elegant, but it exists. Right, now this is a real piece of ancient technology. Look, can you see the difference? This is a bit more modern. That is legit. Let's go and have a look. This is impressive. You find me a bricklayer who could do that these days. Again, designed to harness electromagnetic energy, and can you see there? Can you see what that is? That's where it was melted. There's evidence of melted buildings all throughout this realm. It's called meltology. Look it up. And that's due to electrical fire, because this is a piece of technology. Electrical fire. Wow, look at this. Again, the intricate shapes and patterns here are designed to harness ether. All of it. And here, look, again, depicted holding weapons, wearing the jewels and the metals. Just like how the royal family wear metal crowns. These guys are, they require it. If you want to harness ether inorganically, that's what you need. If you want to do it organically, you have to get the paint off. And that takes serious dedication. The righteous path is the path of commitment and dedication. There's always shortcuts. And wow, look at this. This is impressive. It would be really cool to be able to go in there, but it's blocked off. And they've put one of their Buddhist statues up there. All of these modern day golden Buddha depictions, they're all recent, they're modern. That's why they're all wearing the helmet. They're depicted as the holiest beings. But they need the helmet to connect to the ether. Something not right about that. And again, look, the antenna is everywhere. That's what it's for. Go look at any church, any cathedral, anything like that. And all of these patterns as well, they'll do the same thing. Looking a bit grumpy there. But yeah, pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed the temple. Take from that what you will. Get the paint off, clean your body, reconnect.